up, everybody?
What's up?
Hi.
This is the first, what are we calling this? Discussions. He came up with that one.
Or a spin session or something.
Yeah, something. Whatever.
We're not really
We're going to
spinning.
call it something and it'll probably be in the title. But, so we're just going to do a die on a truth, on a, Lucid Truth, with the Ironwood Open stamp on it. It's pretty sweet.
Good tournament, usually every May.
Yeah, I won this one last week at Putting League, so I do a shaving cream die on that, but I'm actually going to put some contact paper on it, and we're going to cut some shapes out or something like that, and then do a shaving cream die on it. And all the while, we're going to talk about just some disc golf things. So, do you mind handing me that roll of contact paper there? So, we are here in Pittsburgh, and unfortunately, this time of year, we are dealing with playing in snow, which I'm sure many of you have experienced. And,
If you're lucky enough to live somewhere where there's snow and you can't play.
what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's cold. It sucks when you can't play, but
I mean, we don't really, there isn't really a can't play though, because we play in 5-degree weather, so.
that's true, but we've never played in more than
It's not
6 inches
ideal.
of snow.
No. Right now, there is a ton of snow on the ground. We have about 6 inches on our local course, which is Deer Lakes Park in Trenton, PA, is one of the courses for 2015 Worlds. Right now, I'm just cutting out this contact paper to size with the skizzers to the size of the disc, so I can just cover the whole thing and fold it over the edges.
Yeah, Deer Lakes can get pretty good snow out there.
Oh,
Especially
yeah,
in the
definitely.
woods when
It's up on a
won't
hill.
melt.
Yep. And, but we still go out and play. Right now is going to be tough because we've only been playing, about 2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And we haven't really dealt with this much snow in that 2.5 years.
You're like a doctor.
But, so yeah, we're deciding whether we want to go out and play with 6 inches of snow. I think that I'm going to tape ribbons onto some discs that I don't care about and go do that. I don't really feel like losing any of my good discs in the snow. And I feel like 6 inches of snow is plenty of snow to lose discs in.
Yeah. I'll try it out.
So right now I'm just going to lay the disc down on the contact paper. You want to kind of like put pressure down in the middle. Oh yeah, Eric donated this disc for the prize for the putting league. So, but push down in the middle of the disc so you're making contact with the middle of the disc first, and then just kind of push out from there. I don't really need these gloves on right now. So you just want to like push out from there so it. How do I get dye on my fingers with gloves on? Go figure.
Ghost dye.
Yeah. I'm actually going to use my shirt because it slides. And the point of doing this is you just want to try to get as many of those bubbles out. You'll see whenever I flip it over, even though I'm doing this, there's still going to be a ton of air bubbles under that contact paper.
Just get it even as best you can.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to kind of like fold the corners in for now just to secure it. Pull it on, kind of like pulling out on the corner and then pulling up just to get as much of that, to get it as tight as I can. So when I flip it over, see, I actually got that pretty good because it's a pretty flat disc.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how well you can see that, or how well this camera can see it.
It's like a Christmas present.
Yeah, but I'm still going to take my card. I just use my old ID and just flatten that out a little bit. See, there's still some bubbles in there. Flatten it out to the edges because the discs are rounded there at the edge a little bit, so you obviously need to put a little extra pressure around the edge there.
I was gonna say, getting back to playing in the snow, that I've picked up a friction glove, and that's definitely helped out with the.
Oh yeah, I was lucky enough to get some friction gloves for Christmas too. What do you think about them?
I like them. It's a little weird to get used to, but once you kind of get out of your head, just throw like you should normally throw. Don't think about wearing a glove at all.
Yeah, I would say that I wanted them, but I was still skeptical because like some of the other people around here that we know have them and use them, and I was just like, I don't know if I can get used to playing with a glove on. But first time I played with them, which was what, New Year's Day, 6 degrees outside, I was totally surprised at how much I didn't even think about it. The only thing that I don't like about it is forehands. I can't get used to throwing a forehand.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
All right, so that's about all I'm going to do there until I get shapes cut out of it, and then I'll be able to flatten down the edges of those shapes a little bit more. So basically, I'm just going to take an X-Acto and
Would you like this yardstick,
Actually,
sir?
you know what? I'm going to try something else real fast.
Uh-oh.
Did you find it?
Alright, so I'm just going to lay down some lines across the disc. I don't know if I'm in the center or not. I don't even really care. I'm not doing this to sell or anything. I'm just doing it just to make the disc have a little bit more,
Flavor.
a little more flavor,
Flavor
a
Flav.
little more flavor in your ear.
What do you think about putting in those friction gloves?
It doesn't bother me. That was one of the main things that I was surprised by, was that it didn't really bother me to putt with them on at all.
Just forehands are weird.
Just the forehands are weird. The thing that sucks is whenever it's that cold out, like the other day we were playing at Deer Lakes, and on hole 4, I forehand that all the time,
Yeah.
and I knew that I wasn't going to throw it well with the glove on, so I took the glove off. And because it's so cold out, like my skin was just like not right, it didn't have the grip and was too slick and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to get used to it. But the one thing I was saying too is I feel like I get more snap on the disc with it in the cold. So even though I feel less confident in my forehand, I actually feel more confident in my turnover shots. Because you're just getting more pop on that disc,
Yeah.
get the more spin.
I agree. I feel like I don't have to hold the disc as hard, like grip it.
Yeah,
I feel like it just comes out smoother, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I think so.
Putting
too.
was getting used to, and I had a couple nice forehands, but I forehanded one the other day, and I think I forehanded it into oblivion.
Never coming back.
Yeah, it was bad. I was looking at the dartboard and looking at the disc and was like,
Like
That would be too hard right
Not
now.
like make
Oh,
it
you know
exact.
what though? I can see the line around the stamp, so maybe I will do something different. So here, I'm gonna go around this line that I can see through the contact paper. And I know, again, like I said, this isn't gonna be perfect, but I'm just throwing it hitting trees in the woods and all that stuff. I'm not trying to sell this thing, so.
You said you won that putting league?
Yep.
Where's that at?
That's at Rivertown Brewing in
Export.
Export, PA, which is near Monroeville, just outside of Pittsburgh.
Brian Keegan and Eric Driscoll run it.
Yeah, it's a local brewery that makes all kinds of beer and all that kind of stuff, and they actually let us run the putting league in the warehouse, like in the brewery itself. There's actually another video on our channel. If you go back, I think it might be the first video that Rec Masters put out.
Yeah.
Was of the putting league, so you can check that out. It's pretty neat. All right, so what I'm going to do is take off every other one of the middle, and then the opposite every other one of the outside, just to make it simple. So basically I'm just using the edge of the X-Acto knife just to peel that up. Actually, you know what? I have to make sure I have an even number. Yes, I do. Yay! It'll work.
Luck.
Luck.
As luck would have it.
Luck would not have it in my way, typically on the disc golf course.
Sometimes.
And every once in a while. I get lucky.
You're just gonna not use up all your tree love in one round. Just space that out.
That's very true.
Another thing that sucks about playing in the snow is you can't, like, the tee pads are all covered, so you
Yeah.
can't really do, like I,
You got those good Samaritan guys that go out though and shovel them off.
Yeah, that's very true.
Thanks to you local guys out there that
Yeah.
go out and soldier through and clean those for us.
Yeah, if you've never played in the snow before, and it snows a little bit before you go out, do everybody in your community a favor and take a small shovel with you and shovel off the tee pads, and you will make friends.
Yep.
I guarantee it. Alright, now I'm going to take off. The only thing that's going to be weird is once I get out here, I think I'm going to have to, like, cut it manually.
It's gonna look cool though.
Yeah, it'll look pretty sweet, I think.
Just go around real quick, try to get the.
That's all right, I'll wait to do that. So Tim, I know that you used to vape, but you fell off the wagon and you went back to smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new smoking ban that the PDGA put in place?
What's up with it? I read before. I heard they just updated it.
Well, I think the first time they put it out, it was just NTs and majors, and I think that that's still the case, but it went from being for just the players and the spectators to being the staff also, which I don't know, I mean, I guess
And the caddies.
and the caddies and stuff, yeah. So basically, anytime that there's a NT, which is a national tour event, or
Major.
a major like Worlds or USDGC, I believe, is a major, stuff like that. Anytime that one of those events, either one of those events or any lower tier event running in whatever you want to call it, what's the word I'm looking for? Running concurrently with that
Oh,
event.
yeah.
So like, say like Worlds is in town for a week in your town, and during the week they have like B tier at your local course just to kind of like get people playing and that kind of stuff. Like I think that will fall under that category of no smoking.
It'll be tough, but TDs can designate smoking areas, right?
They can designate smoking areas, but I don't know if they can be on the course. I'm not sure. That part is, I'm just kind of, I don't really know about. I'm not a TD, so, yet.
Well, I'm known to leave for lunch, so if I have to go, anyway.
I think it only makes sense that staff would be allowed to do it. They're gonna mix it for like the spectators and stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, the whole thing is people are making a huge deal about it on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a smoker myself, so, you know, but I'm also a considerate smoker, so I don't like to smoke around people
That don't
that
like
don't,
smoke,
that
yeah.
don't smoke. So, like, when PFDO this past year was happening, like, I know that this wasn't a designated smoking area, but, like, when we were walking around following Macbeth and James Conrad and them, like, we would, like, you know, tail behind or, like, whatever, so we were kind of, like, on our own, in our own little bubble whenever we were smoking a cigarette. Obviously, smoking any other substance would be out of the question.
Yeah.
The edge of this might get ugly just because I'm not taking my time.
It's alright.
But
You're gonna throw it in the trees, the edge is gonna get ugly anyway.
yeah, no, I'm not all that worried about it. Just kind of trying to flatten this all down.
Some other rule changes this year too, huh?
There are some other rule changes this year. One in particular being the where your foot can be whenever you throw, like your lie or whatever you want to call it. The amount of space that you're allowed behind your mini or your disc that you're throwing from. I'm not exactly sure of the exact measurements and all that. Probably should have looked that up. But I actually just kind of think that most of I think the reason why they did it is because a lot of the times foot faults don't get called anyway, and then people watch the videos online and stuff like that and say, well, that was a foot fault, they're not calling them, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, so this kind of like will take that out of the equation a little bit because they have more room. So most of the things that people probably cry foot fault online are not going to be foot faults anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I don't know. I think
What is that, like the sole reason they
No, I-
made the change?
no, I'm not saying that. I can't speak for why they made the change. That's just speculation from other people.
It's only like a couple inches difference, isn't it? Like on either side,
Well,
every disc.
it is not that much of a difference, but I think the shape of it actually changed from being, I don't know, I'd have to look at
Being a square to like a
it. To a rectangle.
Looks like a poker chip.
Yeah. This is taking me longer than I anticipated.
I got lost in the shuffle.
I can just cut all this stuff out of the video. not exactly sure yet. I mean, the stamp's red, so I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like we do red and blue all the time.
I know. It just sucks though because the stamp is red, so I feel like red should be one of them.
Yeah. Outside red.
Can do red and black, so it really would look like a poker chip.
Yeah. Red and red.
Red and yellow, so it look like Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald's shoe.
Alright, that's good enough. So, I don't know, man. What do you think? I already asked you that, I know, but
I think you should do red around the outside.
well, the thing about doing it,
Red knees and black knees.
I'm not gonna be able to do it like that. Actually, well, what do I have acetone in? I have blue. I have acetone in the blue. I have acetone in the red. I have a little bit of acetone in the green that I could probably.
Green doesn't show up to.
That's true. What else is down in there?
Magenta purple.
Magenta. Yellow's dried up. How about magenta and blue?
Would look cool.
That's what we're doing because that's what has acetone in it. Alright, let me get different gloves on
You
since
want this
this one's
thing?
already had a
Oh,
hole
no,
in
you're
it.
not gonna.
No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna do shaving cream. First, I was gonna spin dye. Then I didn't have enough acetone, and then I was gonna shaving cream it. But now, since I want like the tight lines and stuff, I'm just gonna
Hang it on.
brush. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint it on with not even a brush. I'm gonna use
You use one of these.
yep, use
You go, doctor.
a makeup sponge.
Courtesy of me.
Where'd it go? You-
All right.
Plane up in here.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. All right, so should I go like opposites again? So I'll go like blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, or wait, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. So that's gonna end up.
Just do blue, 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 pink, 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 or
Pink?
pink, 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 or blue, blue, blue.
Think. All right. So we're gonna open up the blue here. I'm gonna shake this up a little bit.
Shake it.
Like a
Shake
Polaroid picture. Sorry, I stole it.
Get up.
Mine was better. Mine was
Oh wait, this is
tasteless.
your house. I can't
Oh,
throw you
yours-
out.
oh,
I
you were
can't throw
gonna
you out of
shake
your
it
own
off.
house. Whoops.
Yeah, we in my crib. All right. Now I just have like just a little bit of acetone in with like not even like a teaspoon of blue iodide poly powder. I've never used the makeup sponge before, so this is the first time for that.
What keeps like?
Glitching a little bit.
Yeah,
So's mine.
it's probably just a
Matrix.
yeah.
So I'm gonna do blue on the outside. Blue on the outside and then red or fuchsia on the inside.
Round the outside, round the outside.
And you just want to brush it on just like happy little poker chip that it is.
Bob Ross
Dude.
coming at ya.
The only thing about brushing it on is you gotta try to
It's
make
like smooth and even.
yeah. But that looks like it's gonna be pretty vibrant.
Yeah, that blue is
Oh, I already got some on the,
It's okay.
I suppose.
Don't you worry about
Don't worry about that little guy right there. So what do you think of the new course that's going in out in Cranberry? Excited?
Oh, I'm so pumped for that. It's going to be awesome. There's a new championship level course going in at North Boundary Park in Cranberry, Pennsylvania, which is near Nob Hill course, which was used in the 2015 World's FPO
Yeah.
and Masters.
Yep. Par 72, supposedly.
Yeah, not supposedly. That's it. It is a par 72 course.
With a handicap accessible 6 holes at the beginning for beginners that
Right.
can come out and learn the game and then feel if they're up to the challenge, tackle the monster that course is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be brutal from what I hear.
Supposedly, for those of you out there that know Slippery Rock and Deer Lakes Park, it's supposed to be like those two courses had a baby. Steep elevation changes,
Which
woods.
means a lot of woods and having to throw far.
Yeah. It's going to be fun for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Just to have another course like that that's,
Yeah,
in our area.
we're so lucky living here to have Moraine, Deer Lakes, Knob, Sugar Creek,
Oh, yeah.
all these awesome courses.
And then even within like an hour and 15 minutes, you have Hunter Farm, Grove City Memorial Park, which are only a couple minutes away from each other.
And just a little bit longer drive than that, you got Buell Park and the Pines at Shenango,
Yeah.
which are both night and day kind of courses. The Pines is wooded and tight.
Well, so is
And-
Hunter Farm and Memorial.
Yeah, it's kind of comparable there.
Yeah. Yeah, you have one course that's super tight woods and another course that's just wide open for most of it.
Yeah, Buell Park's a fun course.
Yeah, I love Buell Park. I just saw that they had a tree fall down on their on the fairway of 3.
I guess it was the Mando for when the pin's across the road, which we haven't seen yet.
No.
Trevor's been doing some modifications out there.
Yeah, which we got to get out there once the weather clears up a little bit.
You know, we have yet to do a course spotlight there.
That's very true.
There's the 9-hole course in Butler. 9-hole, or, 9-hole course on Butler.
Are you thinking of
You thinking of Lynbrook? That's by Nob Hill
The
too.
2-mile.
Oh no, that's not in Butler. That's in Beaver. Beaver. Yeah, Beaver County 2-mile run extension. That's a 9-hole course. That's actually on the in the top 10 9-hole courses in the world.
we need to get out there too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's kind of a drive from here, which is kind of sucks for a 9-hole course. But I think that they are actually putting in an 18-hole course out there somewhere too. So hopefully that'll be done this year. So, but people were saying that what they do at 2-mile run extension is play around. They'll play 9 holes from the short tees and then 9 holes from the long tees to make that an 18-hole round.
It's pretty
And
cool.
Penn.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Can we play backwards?
Yeah. Penn we play there and back because they only have one tee set up.
But there's a rare appearance by Sanders Gene in the video.
Oh, Centers. Centers is our mascot.
Yeah. He's the man.
He's the man of the house.
Manfred.
I conceded that one a long time ago.
Sanders world, we just live in it.
Yep.
You saw the Matrix again.
Matrix is glitching out like crazy.
center centered.
Set that one to record again.
But she's holding centers.
Hmm.
You can do it while you're still holding it. Just flip that lever and then just hit the, make sure you hit the red button. You have that other sponge.
Sure, Dr. Mike.
Go
One
for
sponge.
You can use the other end of that.
Yeah, I'll just do that. So yeah, so I'm just gonna flip the sponge over and just use the other corner of it. This magenta might not be as strong of a mix because there seems to be
That's
a lot
pretty
a
purple.
lot of acetone in there. We'll see.
Or magenta, I'm sorry.
It's definitely a lot more liquidy than the.
That's right, you want it to be brighter.
Actually, I don't, what am I even? I can just like go over this whole thing like this.
I was wondering that since I didn't want to say anything because
Well, this could have been a lot shorter video,
Don't
Tim.
wanna
Thanks.
I wanted the world to see you.
Surgeon.
I just hand you things. I don't tell you what to do. This is like as I'm looking down on the video here, it's like kind of looking like poor man's burst.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. Poor man's burst. I like it. The Vasey burst.
Look at the top down video, like.
That's funny. Well, the way it is now, it looks like I did it with a Sharpie.
Yeah, that too. Now you got a burst. Is it just a regular truth?
This is just a regular truth, not an EMAC.
You like those regular runs, or original?
I do.
truths.
For some reason, the EMACs feel bigger in my hand. And I just don't really like that.
Missing out.
I've tried.
Yeah, you did.
Lost one in Maryland.
In a pond.
Yeah. Alright.
Sloppy monster.
My, edges are starting to come up, so I'm just going to quit here. Like that's going to look like...
It's alright, Mike.
Oh, no. No, that's not alright. That's going to look like poop.
Look what you've done.
What have you done?
You've bloodied it all up.
That's why you didn't go over it the whole first time.
So now I'm just going to peel these up, because that acetone is already dry. But that looks like shite.
It's alright. Shite happens. Oh, that's clean.
There's one clean one.
Oh.
Two clean.
Three.
No, yeah, three. This one's got a little bit of a bleed, but not too bad, I don't think.
Good.
I got it too wet, you know, with that.
Yeah.
Magenta had too much liquid in it.
Any improvements you're trying to make to your game this year, or tournaments you're looking forward to?
Man, I'm just wishing there was more tournaments on Sundays. I work every Saturday, so
You got to start running your own tournament on a Sunday.
seriously. I mean, I do take off some days throughout the year to play tournaments on Saturdays, but I mean, you know, you can only take so many of those. Trying to go on like normal vacation too, so I can't take all my vacation days for disc golf.
Damn. That thing's gonna look cool flying through the air.
Yeah.
That finished product died by the doctor himself.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, obviously that looks like poop in there.
Looks like a, I don't know, poop.
Yeah, it looks like poop.
Smeared poop.
But whatever. It's a lot less boring than just the milky white, and I'll be able to use it in the wintertime.
You give it a good spin, like,
Yeah.
ah.
You know, we give it an actual good spin.
Yeah. It's hard with the rubber gloves on. Or not.
Ah, grip lock. There you go. I think that's going to look pretty sweet flying through the air.
Yep.
And again, when you're dyeing discs for yourself, it does not matter if they look perfect. There's bleeds all over this thing. You know, all around the edges, all that kind of stuff. I don't care. It's just for my own
For a thrower, it's,
whatever. Yeah.
Just
And,
for fun.
That is going to look sweet spinning. I mean, look at it now. That's great. All right, so I'm going to go wash this off. I will update in a couple minutes up in the kitchen after I rinse this off and wash it with some soap and water. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe.
Toodles.
Yeah.
Peace.